How many fingers am I holding up?
Two.
Alright, now how many am I holding up?
Three.
Alright, now why would I ask this? Well, this is all part of a sideline test that doctors use whenever testing a player for a concussion after a head injury. Although concussions usually aren't life-threatening, they can be life-changing. Concussions are a common injury, but there are many new risks, rules, symptoms, and life-altering events that have happened in the past few years due to concussions. The risk of concussions has always been around, but due to today's new technology, they can be detected a lot easier. WebMD stated that the NCAA has implemented new rules to keep the game of college football safer. But I was surprised whenever I saw that the number of concussions has increased by 2 times since the new rules have been put into effect. The NCAA issues players to sign a statement saying that the players will report having a head injury so that they can make sure all players are safe. The Center for Disease Control, commonly referred to as the CDC, defines concussion as a traumatic brain injury. Also, it can be determined as a jolt of the brain. Concussions recover a lot faster for middle-aged adults and younger adults, but they are slower to recover in old adults, young children, and young teens. Anybody can receive a concussion, which is bad. There are many symptoms of concussion. They affect people physically, mentally, emotionally, and they can change their patterns of sleep. People are affected physically by the way they act or feel. They feel achy, sluggish, nauseated, and they become oversensitive to bright lights and loud noises. People are affected mentally by the way their brain reacts. Their thinking is a lot foggy, they're not clear, and they don't feel themselves. People are affected emotionally though, because by the way they react to certain situations. They become oversensitive with their feelings, they aren't the same person, their feelings just aren't the same. The patterns of sleep are changed though, because that doesn't really matter how bad the injury it is, it's just how their body reacts. Some people sleep more if they're hit in the brain, but some people sleep less. It's how your body reacts. Concussions can occur anytime or anywhere. People can receive a concussion as though it's seen as the #1 injury in football. It can occur in any sport. Also, it can occur to anybody who drives. Say you're driving down the road and then you rear into somebody. Your head is going to smack into the steering wheel, and that could obviously cause a jolt in your brain. That can cause a concussion. I was fascinated by an article I read on ESPN that said, with ESPN's research group and the global strategy team that did a survey to find out parents' opinions on concussions in football. 570 out of 1,000 parents claimed that they would not let their son play the game of football because they were worried of concussions. I was amazed on a story by the name of a man of Shane Alexander, who said he loved football. He grew up watching football every day of his life and still watches football with his sons today. During an interview with ESPN's Outside the Lines crew, he said that he would not let his sons play the game, even though he loved it. He said, "I can't keep my boys safe from everything, but there are certain things, I think, obvious ones to stay away from, and increasingly, I think football is one of those things." He feels like he is keeping his boys safe if he makes this decision. ESPN also reported about the Lestat law, named after Zachary Lestat, a middle school football player in Washington State. Zachary Lestat was playing in a middle school football game whenever he received a concussion. His coach paid no mind to it and put him back in the game. But unfortunately, after hit after hit after hit on the head, he received a major brain injury. The Lestat law, now in effect in 39 states, says that any player who receives a concussion throughout a game or practice must sit out until cleared by a medical professional. The NFL has also done what they tried to prevent concussions. The NFL website states that, along with all their other penalties and rules, that if any player uses helmet-to-helmet helmet contact, which is one player aiming to knock out the other player with his helmet, will be penalized 15 yards and be possibly suspended or fined by the NFL. Now, concussions are a serious thing, but are usually underestimated. People don't realize how bad they are. If you can see that I'm holding up 2 fingers right now, then great, keep it that way, because concussions aren't something to play around with.